It's your girl Ashley. I'll be ballin' with another Family Ballers episode. This episode will be covering Milwaukee's own Kon Knueppel family. Yo, I saw all the brothers at the draft. He has, 4 of the brothers, and it's their whole family is connected. Their uncle played for the Milwaukee Bucks. Their mom and their dad played Division I basketball. So we're going to learn more about their family, watch their highlights, and let me know in the comments which Family Baller family you want me to do next. I've done so many. Shaq's family, LeBron's family, Dwayne Wade. Because there's so many kids following in their dad's and mom's footsteps, y'all. And Kon just got drafted recently, a couple weeks ago, to the Charlotte Hornets. Great sharpshooter. The funny thing about this whole family is, all of the kids' names start with K, but it goes back to even their uncles. Even their uncles all have names starting with K. But without further ado, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go. Dum, dum, dum. Oh, this we're gonna watch some shorts, but we're also gonna watch, some different videos, because I found a great collection of family videos from the Kon Knueppel family. So I was like, what? So let's start with this one.
Is a freshman phenom at Duke and is becoming a household name in the world of basketball. But did you know he has 4 younger brothers between the ages of 13 and 17 that will soon be following in his footsteps? Well, I just drove to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to watch all 4 of his younger brothers, Cager, Kinston, Cash, and Kid, play in their games this week. But this story all starts with Kon Knueppel Sr., who happened to be in action in his men's league game while I was in town. Kon Sr. finished his career at Wisconsin Lutheran College as the all-time leading scorer and married Sherry Norgard, UW Green Bay's all-time leading scorer. Their second oldest son is Cager, a sophomore at Wisconsin Lutheran High School. Cager is a 6'8" wing that can shoot the lights out. He went off for 4 threes and 22 points in the game I watched, including the triple on the feed from Kinston Knueppel, who is a freshman 6-man for Wisconsin Lutheran. Cager was also throwing dimes himself. This one to his cousin, Xavier Zenz, who had 25 points himself. It's no surprise that the chemistry on this team is elite and that they're the #1 team in Wisconsin's Division I of high school hoops. I then checked out the middle school team that is led by 8th grader Cash, who was a dominant force down low. And his teammate Kid, the youngest, looked like he has a chance to be the best shooter in the family. Duke basketball has a history of recruiting groups of brothers to the program, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a few of these boys follow in K2's footsteps.
The real big flex is their uncles, their mom, their dad, and when they said cousin, I'm like, oh my goodness, they're playing with their cousins and all of that. It's bananas. It's really bananas.
Kon Knueppel's family is the next great basketball dynasty. Kon and his brothers Cager, Kinston, Cash, and Kidman are about to take over the basketball scene. The eldest Kon just came off a Final Four appearance with Duke and went top 10 in the NBA draft. 6'8" Cager Knueppel, who is the second oldest, won all but 3 games out of 35 games as a high school sophomore, and is even drawing attention from Duke as a potential target. He even received his first Division I offer from Toledo back in December. What about Kinston, Cash, and Kidman, who are all 1 school year apart apart and are already demonstrating some early athletic basketball ability. Who knows what those three will develop into? And both parents of the Knueppel family played college basketball, and the patriarch, also named Kon, played in 3-on-3 tournaments with his brothers named Clint, Clay, and Cole. And Mama Knueppel is a legend in her own right. Sherry is the all-time leading scorer for Wisconsin Green Bay. So if you think the Knueppel family was done after this year's NBA draft, hold on tight because they're just getting started. Kon Knueppel's family is the next great basketball dynasty.
Yo, we're gonna look at some parent highlights too. You know, I did some digging. I was like, Knueppel, cake, Knueppel, cake. Man, I think my favorite name of all of them is Cash. I mean, Cash Knueppel. I mean, cash money. Like, so we're gonna look at Cager. Cager is 6'8" sophomore. That means he's still growing. And Kon, he's like 6'6". So like, it'd be the youngest brothers that become the tallest. I don't know. He's very tall and lanky. Okay, good offensive rebounder. Duke is gonna try to get every single Knueppel, every single one. So we're gonna look at Kon Knueppel, high school highlights, college highlights, even the parents, even the uncle. I was trying to find all the highlights I could.
Here's Knueppel. Yeah, he got really the first time tonight.
Oh, made him fall. His dad wore that number, I believe. Everybody in my family seems to have a great form. Great shooting form. Did y'all know he went undefeated in his senior year? I was like, what? Undefeated? Okay. I'm gonna name this video The Flying Knueppel Brothers, or Family. Oh, he got some handles. That was a nice crossover.
Wisconsin Lutheran with wins over the state champions, same time as well. Great time.
Back door.
You can't teach that. You cannot teach that. That's an innate sense hanging in the balance.
I don't know which brother is gonna end up.
Knueppel inside again.
The
And it's
best?
Robbie again.
It's just dynamite.
Knueppel clears.
Watch out.
But sometimes it's always the youngest. So Cash and Pittman were in middle school at St. John's Lutheran in Wauwatosa. KJ and Kingston, they were in high school. Wisconsin Lutheran. Okay, that's a nice floater. You gotta have a floater. Step back, fade away, swish.
Knueppel gets a pick from Zen.
I just noticed these shorts are very like short and look
The thing
tight.
about Kon Knueppel when you walk,
Remember in the 2000s, it was always baggy. Now it's short. Then back in the Dizzy days, like 70s, it was really short shorts. All of their shots were automatic pretty much. Now we're gonna look at Duke highlights.
This week the most valuable player award goes to Kon Knueppel.
They have to pick somebody to fight for this team in a fight. One-on-one. It will be Kon Knueppel fighting on the screen. They open it and get three. So much talk about Cooper play. But the top one is so Kon Knueppel launches and hits again. Kon Knueppel has 18 really great season against the Hurricanes. 5 kills and man Knueppel bang for the Royals. The Duke Devils have returned the country undefeated in the ACC and a 3-pointer off.
My question is, as a Wisconsinite, do you stay at home, play for Marquette or the Badgers, or do you go to big time schools like Duke? I say wherever you can get seen the most, that's where you go. I remember when Tyler Hero, he was gonna go to Wisconsin Badgers, then he switched up, went to Wildcats, and the decision was, oh my goodness, wow, he saved his teammate. Oh man, high basketball IQ. My teammate about to fall, let me grab his leg. Pretty smart. Cooper Flag, he was so excited when he got drafted. When Kon got drafted. K7. Good hustle play. He's gonna be a better Luke Walton. Or like Shane Battier. Like what player do you see him as? Sharpshooter, good teammate. Is he gonna be like the Robert Ory type? Dale Curry type? Let me know in the comments. What type of player is he gonna be? Is he gonna be a 6-man, a starter? Nothing easy. Oh, I like that shirt. But yeah, it must be really fun growing up in a sports family. Not just basketball family, but sports family. That's pretty dope. And I know he did a lot in college, just being a freshman, he was on like tournament teams, and that was pretty cool. ACC, that was pretty good. Those pretty good highlights. We're gonna watch. Where's my cager? Oh yeah, we saw that already. Oh yeah, let's go to the mom. We're gonna watch the mom highlights. Ayy. This is before they got married, so her name's not Knueppel. Oh, let me say some highlights first. Okay. Some highlights that, I looked up. So, the mom, Sherry, she is still the all-time leading scorer at UW Green Bay, right? Her career was 1995 through. Oh, that's a nice move. I really like that. Good post player. Good rebounder. Got some nice moves. She can play. I get it from my mama. I get it from my mama. Starting like my mama. See, everybody in their family has great form. It's in the bloodline. It's in the DNA. Got shooting in my DNA. But also, she was the Horizon League Player of the Year in 1999. She had her jersey retired earlier this year, right? And she's one of just 3 in the program with that honor. So that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Seems like a real tough player. Oh, let me see another one. She ranks first in many categories, including career scoring average, 16.8 points a game, free throws made, 538, attempted, 697, third in field goals, 709, fifth. Hey, she got 5 kids, hey, all boys. 5th in both rebounds, 862, and block shots, 116. Okay, she's pretty good. Especially to still be ranked top, in like top categories from the 90s. That's pretty big. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna look at Kon Knueppel, not the one that just got drafted. This is 1994. That's why some of these are little low. 90s, so 90s, yes, I'm a long way, but look, everybody can shoot, and the confidence in the jumper is just the poise. It's like, very low. Oh, so let me talk about the dad. So, the dad went to Wisconsin Lutheran College, right? He was 4-time All-Lake Michigan Conference selection, right? And he held the scoring over to 2019. And he went there from 1995 to 1998. And outscored 2,000 points. 2,064. So we got the move because the Ballin is the leading scorer for the team in the Ballin. It was almost 300. It was 1,964 points. So the dad got it on that. But you can tell that. All of it. So, you know how to play basketball child. There's somebody that's really you better Alright. Oh, so these are the highlights of the dad versus Mike. Now this is like when Wade was actually not. Is this one Dwayne Wade's time? I think so. Defense. Just look for the sharpshooter. That's all you can do. This also reminds me of like old basketball video games. I don't know why, but it reminds me of NBA Jam. I don't know why it reminds me of that, but it does. Sharpshooter. Hey, just look at the form and I know it's a Kon Knueppel. I wonder what their obsession with Clay is. Like, what is their obsession? But I like how they're keeping it in the family. Uncles was K, so we're gonna be K. Okay. Swoosh. Nipple. Oh, and one. Kon Knueppel. But instead of regular names like Kevin from Home Alone, they just make unique names. But okay, so we're gonna look at, let me see. Let's look at the uncle. We're gonna look at the uncle. This is Jeff. This is their uncle. Nordgard. We're gonna look at so these are like his overseas highlights. So this is the mom's brother. I mean, you can make a good living overseas. You don't gotta always go pro. But it's crazy that the cousins and everybody is playing basketball. So it's not just brothers. It's cousins, uncles, not just mom and dad. Oh, that was a nice one. Oh, he got up there. Oh, 2-3. Oh, he was on fire. Everybody in their family can shoot. Spot up shoot. The shooting specialists. The sharpshooters. The swishers. The flamethrowers. Shooting off the screens. Fadeaways. Step backs. Quick trigger. I'm gonna pull up. All I need is a little space. Oh. You think I'm gonna make a 3? No. I'm gonna go to the rim. Everybody in their family can shoot. If you can't do nothing else, you can shoot. If you can't do nothing else, you can shoot. We're gonna look at Cash and Kingston. So it says these are nationals, okay. So we're gonna look at a little bit of their highlights, but imagine them on the same teams, right? They're on the same teams. Knueppel, to Knueppel, to Knueppel, to Knueppel. Pass from Knueppel. Look at the dribbling from Knueppel. Knueppel shoots, he scores. Knueppel with the steal. Pass it to Knueppel. Pass it to another Knueppel, and then another Knueppel, and another Knueppel. They're very fundamentally sound, good teammates. And it seems like, if you stop one move, they know what to do. They got those instincts. Because they probably scrimmage. See, look at this. It says Knueppel and Nordgard family scrimmage. So if you guys want to look at more Knueppel videos, go to this Complex. So shout out to Complex. They have a bunch of videos of the kids. And, and they even play other sports too, I think. Just runs in the blood. They just know how to play the game the right way. And it just seems like the more you scrimmage with their brothers, the more you get better. Can get all that basketball advice, basketball IQ from uncles, mom, dad, cousins. There. Oh, look at that patient. That was a nice patient move. Nice patient move. Okay. What we're gonna look at next is these news spots, Fox 6, these news spots.
Jeff Nordgaard, remember the UW Green Bay standout who sticks with the Bucks for a while before going overseas? He's married to another former college hoopster.
I feel like I married the perfect girl for me because she can relate to what I'm doing, and also she can critique me.
All right, now you might think that's his wife, but it's not. That's where things get very confusing. Jeff and his sister and their sisters and their spouses and their kids. It's like all hoops all the time, and it's pretty interesting, and it's tonight on Fox 6 News at 9. How's that for a tease?
Wow.
Beverly?
That's a big family affair.
Love and basketball.
Right. All right, thanks, Tim.
Okay.
Sounds like one of those logic questions. Jeff's sister plays basketball, so yeah, figure it out. Well, if you saw it... There's a movie from the year 2000 called Love and Basketball. Good flick, but not nearly as interesting as the real-life love and basketball world of the Nordgaards.
I don't want to say that I'm defined by basketball, but I think that's how most people know me, and I feel fine about that.
Jeff Nordgaard was a standout at UW Green Bay. Had a short stint with the Bucks, and after 12 seasons on 14 teams, continues to play professionally in Poland. Jeff's sister Sherry was one of the best players in UWGB history before her own foreign pro career. She coached a bit in college and now has her hands full at home with a couple of boys and her hoops-loving husband, Kon Knueppel, a fine college player in his own right.
He plays on Sunday nights, Tuesday nights, and Thursday mornings, so he likes to play a bunch, and I just love watching him. I get to play when I'm not pregnant.
Which is to say she's not playing right now. Kon, too, is 3 years old and has a basketball shrine bedroom.
I love little brothers.
And Cager, yes, Cager, with a K, is 8 months old. Jeff has 2 boys with his wife, Alexis Prophet, who played at Butler University and matched up against Sherry.
In fact, when Jeff met Lex, I said, "You shouldn't date her. She was my arch rival." But it turns out that, your arch rival you have a lot in common with, and we are the best of friends now.
I think she's sugarcoating a little bit, saying arch rival. It's more like they hated each other. Or at least Alexis tells me, I hated your sister. She'd always do that move where she'd throw that and then call the foul on us.
Jeff and Sherry have 2 sisters. Cammie is married to former college hoopster Greg Zenz. And Julie is married to UW Green Bay coach Todd Kowalczyk. Their families also cherish a game that has been very good to all of them.
I find that I'm able to relate to people and get along with people, and that comes from being in a team atmosphere.
Hey, Nordgaard, tough shot guy.
And I think, just dealing with the ups and downs of having kids and, going through, a temper tantrum here or things like that, just being able to stay steady and stay calm with it all.
I'm 35, and at some point I got to move on with my life. I have to grow up and get a real job. But most of my friends that have real jobs tell me, keep doing it as long as you can.
None of the Nordgaards wants to see the game end. And when it comes to love and basketball for this family, the ball will keep bouncing. In Milwaukee, Tim Van Voren. Fox.
Oh yeah, that was a nice story from back in the days. Okay, this is the last video we're gonna watch. Born to Ball.
Is how much he loves his teammates.
Add in the fact that his family loved basketball. His dad and several uncles were decorated college players, with Uncle Jeff Nordgaard even making it to the NBA with the Bucks. Then there's Mom and the ladies in the family. They've given Kon ability and size, and just as importantly, the drive to succeed.
It was instilled in me, kind of in my parents. They wanted me to play, but as I got older, I really just, if you're going to play, you might as well be good at it. So I'm trying to work really hard and get as good as I can be.
Very confident, the ability to work on his game and rep it and constantly working. People can't see that, but that's what really builds confidence.
I go and shoot with my cousin every day after practice. That's something I've been doing for all 3 years I've been on varsity. Even before that, I was shooting with my mom. My mom would rebound for me, and it was awesome.
Further evidence that this is not an overnight success comes from a story we did on Fox 6 more than a decade ago.
Jeff Nordgaard was a standout at UW Green Bay. Jeff's sister Sherry was one of the best players in UWGB history, and now has her hands full at home
This is
with a
Kon
couple of
watching
boys
it back.
and her hoops-loving husband, Kon Knueppel.
He likes to play a bunch, and I just love watching him. I get to play when I'm not pregnant.
Which is to say she's not playing right now. Kon, too, is 3 years old and has a basketball shrine bedroom.
I love little brothers.
There's
Cager,
Kon.
yes, Cager, with a K, is 8 months old. Their families also cherish a game that has been very good to all of them.
And I think, just dealing with the ups and downs of having kids and, going through, a temper tantrum here or things like that, just being able to stay steady.
It must be nice to look back at these different news segments, basketball segments as a family.
I'm not as intense as my mom. I'm more of like a chill guy like my dad.
Oh, so he's chill like his dad.
Knueppel's future as a player is bright, both in the near term and over the long haul. Were you destined? I mean, that shows it right there, huh? Maybe? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. At Wisconsin Lutheran High School, Tim Van Voren, Fox 6 Sports.
That's pretty humble. That's pretty humble.
At 6'6", and
That's pretty humble. But thanks guys for tuning in to another Family Baller segment. Tell me, which family I should do next. Oh, and plus, I already got a Family Ballers playlist, so you can check out that playlist. I got plenty of parents and their kids highlights. There's just so many kids. I'm gonna do different families from the 2025 NBA draft. It's just so many. You think there's not a ton, but there's a lot. And that's pretty cool. It makes me feel old. Because I was watching their parents, balling. Now they're retiring. Now their kids are coming up, like, Carmelo Anthony. I did him and, his son, Keon Anthony. And so, and he's following in his dad's footsteps going to Syracuse. So, it's just so many. But yeah, tell me in the comments who's your favorite Knueppel. Uncles, dad, mom, Kon. But yeah, definitely a lot of pros, not a lot of cons. That's just a joke. But yeah, stay ballin'. Swish to all my ballers. Peace.